Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about blanching. Blanching is one of the mild heat treatment process that fruits and vegetables undergo before preservation. Blanching is not a standalone process and it is done before dehydrating, freezing, canning, and so many other processing steps. Usually, steaming and boiling in water is carried out, and steaming is one of the best method of blanching because the nutrients are not lost in the water, as well as fruits and vegetables, the texture is also maintained. Now coming to the definition. Blanching is defined as the enzyme deactivation phenomena which helps in retaining color, reduction in the initial microbial growth, cleansing the product, and gas exhausting from the plant tissue, thus enhancing the bioavailability of the nutrients. That is, whenever we preserve food, like for example, let us take fruits or vegetables, whenever we want to preserve them, there are plenty of enzymes like enzyme phenolases, catalases. All these enzymes, they're responsible for the metabolic processes in the fruits and vegetables. They're responsible for the ripening of the fruits and vegetables, and also like they cause spoilage. These enzymes, they cause spoilage by over ripening. Hence, the activity of these enzymes is inhibited by means of blanching. While blanching, when the tissues of the fruits and vegetables, they are in hot water, what happens? The pigments, coloring pigments that is present inside the tissue, uh, they also they are also damaged and the excess pigment comes out. Since the blanching is a heat treatment that is done below 100 degrees C, the microbes that are present in the fruits and vegetables are killed. Also, any dust that is present on the surface of the fruits and vegetables, they are clean, and whatever the gas that is hidden inside the tissues, that is inside the cells, vacuoles, are all released by means of blanching. This is how the blanching of fruits and vegetable is done at home. That is process of home blanching. So take a large pot of water to boil. That is, take boiling water, add freshly chopped and washed vegetables into the boiling water for a few minutes. The time and the temperature for the treatment depends upon the type of the fruits and vegetables. Then drain it in colander immediately. After that, they have to be soaked in a large bowl of ice water or in ice cubes or in running cool water. Again, the water is strained, dehydrated, and then it can be stored in sealed bags, airtight boxes. This is how home blanching can be done. Now coming to the purpose or the aim of blanching. Why do we blanch? Why should we blanch fruits and vegetables? There are several objectives. First one is to deactivate enzyme. As I told you before, we have enzymes that belong to the family of phenolases, catalases. All these enzymes, they cause the ripening process of fruits and vegetables. If this process is not done, that is, if enzyme deactivation is not done, they will spoil the vegetable and the shelf life of the product cannot be improved. Next is to soften the tissue to facilitate packaging. Like these tissues, they are made up of fibrous layer. They're highly fibrous, and what happens during the heat treatment process, they become soft and they shrink and reduce in size. Thus, it allows easy packaging. Like more amount of fruits or vegetable pieces can be packed inside a box or a container to eliminate air from the product. Similarly, like the cytoplasmic membrane, the cell organelles, they all contain gases inside them, like gases like oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and so many. And these gases, they are eliminated when the cell wall is damaged and the cell organelles are damaged. and hence the gases that are present within the cell wall is released, thus facilitating that is shrinking of the size of the pieces to preserve the natural color. Like whatever the pigment, like it can be carotene, betalain, chlorophyll, betaine, all these pigments, the cells are broken, and hence they come out, these pigments, they come out of the cell wall, and if there is any extra pigment, they will be washed away, and the natural color of the fruit and vegetable will be retained. And a further benefit is that blanching acts as a final cleaning and decontamination process. Whatever the microorganisms that are present on the surface of the fruits and vegetables, inside the fruits and vegetables, they are killed by means of this mild heat treatment process. Now coming to the mechanism of blanching. The plant cells, they are membrane-bound structures present within the semi-rigid cell walls. So the cell, they are present within the cell wall, and all the organelles, they are present in the cytoplasm. The outer of cytoplasmic membrane acts as skin, maintaining pressure within the cell. So when the cell and the cell wall, they are not boiled, when they are in as such, like in the form of fruit or vegetable pieces, there is a great turgid pressure that is maintained within the cytoplasmic membrane and the organelles. So there will be a great pressure between the organelles, the water that is present in the cytoplasm, the cytoplasmic membrane, and the cell wall, and hence the fruits and vegetables, they are able to maintain a rigid structure. What happens when the pieces of fruits or vegetables are heated? It leads to the softening of the tissue because the turgor pressure is lost. Since the cell wall is damaged, the pressure is released. Loss of turgor pressure occurs here, and all the tissues, they become softened. Like in some cases, under blanching, that is blanching for a less time minutes, they cause spoilage. That is, even when the food is preserved, sometimes it causes the spoilage of fruits and vegetables due to improper blanching, whereas over blanching causes sogginess, that is, the structure of the fruits and vegetable is lost. Then the organelles present in the cytoplasm, including the nucleus, vacuole, chloroplast, chromoplast, and mitochondria are damaged. All the cell organelles, the cytoplasmic membrane is damaged. Here you can see the cell, it organelles. So what happens? These cell walls, they are damaged during the heat treatment, and the gases that are present here, they are released. The cytoplasmic membrane, they change their structure. That is, the structure is altered. Water and solutes that are present inside the cell, they come out, whereas the boiling water or the steam, they enter the fruits and vegetables. The carbohydrate, that is the starch particles that are present, they become coagulated. Protein, if it is present, it is coagulated. Structure, it is another polysaccharide, and the structure is modified. Nucleus, cytoplasmic proteins, they are denatured. Chloroplast and chromoplast, they are distorted, and the pigment, it comes out of the cell. So these are the various changes, and this is the mechanism of blanching. The following factors affect blanching time. That is the type of fruit or vegetable. If the fruit or vegetable is very hard, if the cell wall is very hard or more fibrous, it affects blanching time. So it needs some more time for blanching. Sizes of the piece of food. The pieces are very small, less minute, like 1 or 2 minutes is enough. Whereas if the size is big, it needs more time. That is 5 or 6 minutes is required. Blanching temperature. If the temperature is high, like from the beginning, it is above 90 to 100 C, blanching takes place quickly. Whereas if the temperature is 60 to 70, it takes place slowly. Then the method of heating. Also the method of heating, like we can do blanching by boiling in water, by steaming. Now we have infrared blanching. Also we have microwave blanching. So all these methods, like some methods are superior than other methods. Now coming to the blanching time for vegetables, like okra, it takes 3 to 5 minutes. The structure is fibrous. Green beans, it takes 3 minutes. Corn on the cob, that is corn that is present on the cob. So it takes 7 minutes. Large corn, it takes 11 minutes. Baby carrots, they take 5 minutes. Broccoli spears, that is cut into small pieces, it takes 5 minutes. Cubed eggplant, cut eggplant, brinjal, it takes 4 minutes. Onions, 3 to 5 minutes. Button mushrooms, 3 to 5 minutes. Asparagus, since it is a leafy vegetable, it requires like less time, 2 to 4 minutes. Spinach, 2 minutes. Cauliflower floret, it takes 1 to 2 minutes. Now coming to the effect of blanching on nutrients and anti-nutrients. Mostly what happens, the nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, they are coagulated, denatured, and they lose their property. At the same time, their bioavailability increases. In case of anti-nutritional compounds like trypsin, chymotrypsin inhibitors, these are like inactive proteins. They become active when blanching process is done. Hence, their efficiency is increased. That is, trypsin and chymotrypsin activity, it increases. Some of the water-soluble vitamins are lost in water. Like we use boiling water, some of the water-soluble vitamins are lost. Whereas in case of steaming or microwaving or infrared, they are maintained. And the enzymes, like the most common enzymes are lipooxygenase, polyphenol oxidase, polygalacturonase, chlorophyllase, catalases, and peroxidases. These enzymes, they are inactivated or deactivated. The enzyme that causes browning in fruits and vegetables, they are also deactivated. The enzyme that causes ripening process, they are also deactivated. Then bioactive phytochemicals like phenolics, flavonoids, their activity increases, whereas antioxidant property of the fruits and vegetables, they decreases. So the phytochemical activity is improved or antioxidant property is reduced. So this picture shows how blanching process affect the fruits and vegetables and the different temperatures. So this is a piece of mushroom and you are seeing the X-ray view. And the first is this photo is a conventional hot water blanching for 1 minute at a temperature of 92 C. So here we can see that the water has entered all the center of the mushroom blanching has been done and on the outer surface layer. Whereas we have a small area where no blanching reaction has taken place. This is at temperature 92 C and the next one is microwave blanching at 1 minute at 92 C. Here we can see that the process of blanching in the whole, that is the microwave has entered throughout the mushroom except in the center. Only small area in the center, it is not blanched. If the time is increased, like for a few more seconds, if blanching is done, this will also be cooked. And this is the third diagram, that is both combined 1 minute microwave blanching at a temperature of 85 C and blanching has been done only for 20 seconds. Blanching is done, hot water blanching is done for 20 seconds and microwave blanching is done for 1 minute and the temperature is less, that is only at 85 C. So we can see all these areas, they have undergone the heat treatment and there is a small space in the center where the blanching has not undergone, that is the heat has not reached the center. So this is how from this picture we can understand that as the temperature increases, the process is more effective and as well as the type of treatment, it can be hot water, steam, infrared, microwave, instant blanching. There are various methods. They also affect the way of cooking, the heat treatment in fruits and vegetables.